There's definitely mixed opinions on how to paint PVC downpipes or what paint to use for PVC or plastic downpipes. G'day, welcome to Inspire DIY. I'm Kent. In this video, I'm going to show you how I prep and paint a PVC downpipe that I've found works really well for me. But stay tuned for the second half of the video where I'll show you some alternative ways of painting PVC downpipes, and you can choose the technique that works best for you. Alright, first up, doing it my way. So scratch off the glossy layer with some 200 to 300 grit sandpaper. I'm just using 240 grit, and this should leave the surface dull or matte. PVC has a low surface energy, meaning the paint would just bead off like water off a duck's back, so paint won't stick unless you can prep the surface. Next up, wipe the PVC down with an acetone. Now this does two things. Firstly, it gets the dust off the PVC, and acetone will slightly swell the surface of the PVC, making it porous, and it removes the waxes from the surface. And this will give the new paint a surface that it can grip to. Alright, now we can get into some painting. We need to do at least 2 coats of paint. The first coat is just going to be thin. Get the majority of the surface covered. I've chosen this Taubman's paint and had it tinted to a ColourBond colour to match the roof. If you're painting the same colour as what's on the wall, I guess some stray brush marks won't matter. Oh, a little bit of grey paint on the brickwork. Don't look too closely, no one saw a thing. I picked up one of these little paintbrushes from the $2 shop. The small brush actually helps get in those tricky corners. For the second coat, the layer of paint on this one's going to be a little bit thicker. I'm going to make sure that I have good cover, leaving no white bits of pipe and none of that writing showing. Because we're using a water-based paint, it dries quite fast, so I'll work quickly, and an easy way is to just finish one section at a time. Just remember, be super careful if you're up a ladder doing this job. Another way, if you don't want to do those 2 steps in preparing the PVC, get ready to pause the video and I'll show you a product that Dulux recommends as a good primer for PVC. Item number AUDD1310, Dulux Prep Block Water-Based Stain Blocker Primer Sealer Undercoat. 10 points for the longest name. So you could prime your PVC with a quality primer like this and then just go over top with your oil or water-based paint. Another way that people go about painting PVC is to do 2 coats with a Wattle Solar Guard or a Dulux Weather Shield without a primer. Now these are self-priming paints, which is good, but it does make the paint a little more expensive. Subscribe to Inspire DIY and join me for more. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Inspire DIY for more helpful DIY videos. I'll see you there.